Excuse me, there is seniority as far as the animal science practice is concerned.
Let's go, Bob.
Counting us among the living. We thank you for bringing us here today. For this program, Lord, that we're about to start, it is a program we believe, Lord, that has been planned by you. We have these 3 days arranged for this program. We pray, Lord, that you will bless all that we are going to do here. Our discussions, our sharings, and all that we are going to do may be according to your will. We pray for our members that are yet to be here and our invited guests that are still on their way. That you, Lord, will bring them here safely. Direct our steps. May all that we are going to do, Lord, may be according to your will. Thank you, Lord, for you say anything that we ask in faith, so shall it be. And we have prayed and placed the program into your hands through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
The program on our hand, and we want to do the introduction of the guest. Everybody is a guest for this 3 days program. We have day 1, day 2, and day 3. Today is day 1, where we are meeting with pig farmers and other stakeholders in the industry. The state chairman will address us better on what we have to do for the 3 days. It's one of his opening remarks. Without wasting much of our time, we want to invite the state chairman of Animal Science Association of Nigeria, Dr. Ajibola Odukoya, who is recognized as #1 citizen in the industry. Please come forward, let people know you. Our state chairman, Dr. Ajibola Odukoya, please take your seat. Everybody is recognized as our guest, but some people to lead us in this program. I cannot, but we also have a regulatory body that guides the Animal Science Association of Nigeria. We call it that guides everything that concerns Animal Science Association of Nigeria, anything that concerns with the livestock industry. Is a regulatory body of the federal government, and it's being represented here today by the Southwest Coordinator, Prince Adejumo. Please come to the high table. Prince Adejumo is one of our guest speakers and also is to represent NIAS National. He's the Southwest Coordinator. Please, a big round of applause for him and applause for NIAS. Thank you very much. You are welcome, sir. Prince Adejumo. I can still remember, I can still recollect Prince Adejumo very well, because he was the one that took us through the exam body. He's the one that regulates the exam body of Asan for you to be a registered animal scientist in Ibadan. You are welcome, Prince. His name is Prince Ogundipe. A big round of applause for Prince Ogundipe. And we have never been, sir. Also, we have a senior registered animal scientist here, who is a lecturer in one of the universities in Ogun State. We are talking of Ogun State, Ololabansi Onabanjo University, in person of Professor H.A. Awujobi. Please to come to the high table, sir. 2025 Asan Week program. Our guest speaker for today, because we know that ASF, African swine fever, has been rapidly in Ogun State. That's why we call on the pig farmers and the stakeholders in the pig to come and have a discussion with us so that we can know a way forward. And also in Nigeria, to come and give us a lecture on African swine fever, the deadly disease that took all the pigs, almost all the pigs, about 80% of the pigs in the southwest, even in Nigeria. And we are talking of Dr. Femi Akinwale, please, if he's around, please let him come up. Because I said that NIAS is the regulatory body of all the livestock in Nigeria. We also have Dr. Mrs. Tony from the Federal Livestock Department to come and represent the Federal Livestock Department. Okay, there is a director of the Federal Livestock. Is he around? I learned that she's still having another program over there. She will join us in a couple of time. We have our farmers there. Somebody who's to represent the farmers in Ogun State, and he resides very well in the settlement, and is somebody we can say is a farmer. Mr. Rotimi Shomule is here, who is from settlement and is to represent all the farmers in Nigeria in Ogun State. Mr. Shomule, please come up to the high table. Applause for him. Everything you want to know about farming, African swine fever, Mr. Shomule Rotimi is here to address us, and we do justice to it. Everybody is recognized. Everybody, all the farmers, all the Asans, our leaders. Well, if the chairman will lead me in path of righteousness, so I will introduce him, I will introduce other people to you. We'll be having an award, a corporate award and individual award for all our distinguished guests who have thrived in this industry, livestock. So the same place we are having this, we have the program at the same place. The state chairman will introduce more of that to you. I recognize all the leaders in the Asan. I recognize NIAS who are here. I recognize all Asan who are here, because this all is an Asan program, and this 2025 Asan week. My state chairman. Only first answer. Sorry, not directing you. We take the first answer, then we take the state answer. You can take our seat. While we are recognizing our country, one of our leaders in the industry, in Asan, we've invited him for the Asan 2025. He is the chairman of the Southwest Community Product. Please come to the high table. Prince Shegun, that's a big round of applause for him. From Nigeria. He's also the former chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, and is the present chairman for Southwest Commodity in Nigeria. You are welcome, President Shegun Shagala. Okay. Thank you very much. Before we go to the state chairman speech, who have made today a bit good, a bit better than last year, and we are hoping that next year will be better off in Jesus' name. We want to recognize Kachelan Nigeria Limited, Kachelan Farmer Research Limited, all the way from Abeokuta. A big round of applause for them. Pig Nutrition, Pig Feed, the maker of we want to recognize PECF Nigeria Limited, all the way from Abeokuta, from Lagos Ibadan Expressway. We want to recognize you. We cannot forget Hybrid Feed Nigeria Limited, all the way from Kaduna, Nigeria. We want to recognize you for your sponsorship. We want to recognize FDH Agrovet Ibadan for your sponsorship. Thank you very much. Agricare STD from Ibadan, thank you very much for your sponsorship. We recognize you. DAY1 Feeds from Tagamu, thank you for your sponsorship as well. Turner Right Limited, Turner Right Nigeria, Turner Right Limited, all the way from Ogba, Lagos. The source of our sponsor here, we recognize you. Thank you very, very much. We recognize all our sponsors. And the more we have all the sponsors list, we'll be recognizing them one by one. Mr. Femi Odubiyi, please come to the high table, please. I am inconvenient to be here without you on the high table. It's our host, it's our chief host. He recognized with Asan. And he was the one that said, this is how things should be, this is how things to be. We thank you very much. Please take the high table, sir. Please take the high table, sir. I know that you don't want to sit in the first front. Thank you very much. The chairman's speech, sir.
And today's meeting is the first of the 3 days program for Asan, that's the Animal Science Association of Nigeria. And today is specifically for the stakeholders meeting. What do we mean by the stakeholders meeting? We want to, when we're talking about animal science, there are different commodities that joins hands together to form that unit. And that include poultry, piggery, rabbitry, cattle production, sheep and goats, snairy. Which one have I not mentioned? And anything that has, I won't say 4 legs because chicken doesn't have 4. That has 2 and 4 legs, and something that doesn't have leg at all, like snake. So that's what we mean by looking at the stakeholders meeting. This meeting today is being organized in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development and the state livestock departments, and we are here for a purpose. I'm going to tell a very small story, just very short stories for us to understand why we are here, because if you don't really understand why we are here, we may not really understand what to do. Sometime 2006, I had a discussion with our former president. That's Baba Obasanjo, on behalf of the fish farmers. That time we have fish farmers scattered everywhere in the whole country. And Baba said, let's bring them together under one umbrella. And there was an advert on NT and everywhere, bringing all fish farmers from everywhere in the whole country to Ota. And that was where the word Kafand came out that time. I don't know how many of us was in that meeting in Ota. Thank God, Baba, you are here. That was organized in Ota. I am one of the people that did it that time. To God be the glory for that. And today we have the Fish Farmers Association that is functioning. Also, about 4 years ago, is it 4 now? Daddy, you were there. We went for a meeting in Abuja, and we were called for a meeting of all pig farmers, because there have been a serious challenge in that industry for a long. If you are a pig farmer here, you will observe what I'm saying, that we are not really getting government intervention in the area of piggery. And the problem was to be resolved. And that was why that meeting was called. I was in that meeting. That time it was Dr. Mrs. Shulani that was willing, that was the acting director. And they called all of us together, all the associations that are called piggery. And she told us a story that it's not as if government doesn't want to help the big farmers. But the challenge they are having is that there are too many associations of pig farmers in the country. And when a program comes out, we find it difficult to really understand or recognize which group should the government deal with. And the meeting was a 2-day meeting. He discussed with us, told us all the opportunities that are available, how the federal government can help us to bring new breed to improve what we have in the system. But they cannot do anything except we operate in unison. So the following day, the meeting for the following day was for us to, all the associations to come together and become one. But we came the following day, and from morning till evening, it was from one argument to another argument, and eventually, even in the presence of the deputy director that time, they were even fighting each other, and the case was closed. And the same problem we've been having up till now, even in the state level. And we recognize that in the whole of this country, apart from Taraba State, one of the place or one of the states in Nigeria that have high level of pig production is Ogun State. And if we get it right in Ogun State, definitely we will get it right in the whole country. So we are trying to repeat the story of 2006, what happened to fish farmers, and today they are enjoying government intervention because they have one name and they are operating under one umbrella. And we have decided also that in Ogun State, several times I've been to the ministry. There is this program for poultry, there is this program for this. What are pig farmers? I got the same answer always every time, that we cannot do program for pig farmers because there are too many. We don't know which association we should deal with. So I have to discuss with the director of livestock. Sir, we cannot continue this way. Piggery is also a commodity that must be recognized. What can we do? He said the only solution is let us, all of us that are pig farmers, come together, collapse all the associations we may be calling ourselves, and bring it under one single umbrella, so that we can operate in unison, we can develop this industry, we can get government intervention, we can improve our breed, we can get some breed through the federal government to improve what we have on ground, and also to be able to tackle the problem that is facing the pig industry, which is African swine fever. But to make it easier for us, since we also have a mind of speaking with other commodity, people in cattle production, the rabbitry and all those things, that we will do it like today, together with other stakeholders, and we'll be able to discuss our way forward and finalize this agreement, the way forward for pig farmers. And that is why this meeting today is being established. I want to congratulate the pig farmers that are here, because I believe that after today's meeting, we will begin to enjoy government intervention. We will begin to speak in one voice, and we will begin to move forward. Also, today, we want to meet with other commodities like poultry farmers, the cattle producers, the rabbitry. There is a body that regulates the way we produce these animals. It is only in Nigeria that we do anything we like, and we go stuffing. You can't try that abroad. You cannot just put any type of animal into the market. Some will be medicating an animal and they will still be selling that animal. It's not right. So we regulatory body and we have approval from the federal government. And that is why we are also praying here today the director of NIASIS, Nigeria Institute of Animal Science. They how to produce good meat in our society. So first of all, we would like to, because Baba will be leaving and Baba is the chairman of community. This meeting is very important for you, sir. Because when the pig farmers are doing well, when the farmers are doing well, they are also doing well. And if I'm allowed to save time, can we tackle the issue of the pig first? So that once we are able to resolve that before Baba leaves, I want to solve that problem before Baba leaves this place today. Because it's your joy. Are you getting me, sir? You still remember the time we went to Kutonu together? You still remember that? So, today, if you are a pig farmer, let me see your hand. That's good. Director will also be here. My federal director is here. Dr. Asan, you are welcome, man. He got an urgent assignment by the commissioner this morning, but he will join us. We have to resolve this problem. We know we have many associations. Am I correct? Another one is a NAPMAN. Another one is a Pigon. Another one is, there are so many, about 7 or 8. In Ogun State here, we want to come together with one name. And we will do that today. Just like it was done in 2006. And they are enjoying that benefit today. Before we leave this meeting, maybe after Baba has spoken, I'm going to allow other people to speak. We will come together today and have one name. We collapse all associations under that name. So that after this program, I can easily go back to the state government and register the name that we agreed upon today. And then we begin to enjoy government intervention. I will take it also to Abuja and make sure that name is also registered with the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. So from then, we will ask something from the government. We could even ask them to help us import good breeds of pigs to the country, and we will enjoy the benefit that is attached. So permit me to sit down for now. When it is necessary, I will come up. We have also decided to go as far as going to Ibadan to see somebody who brought in a vaccine for ASF. He's here as I'm speaking to you, and he's also going to discuss today. He also brought some equipments that you can use on your farm to detect if your animal has ASF or not, or the level. He gave me one of the test kits where we tested. He's bringing it here also today, and he has promised me that he's giving us those equipment also free. So we are here for real business today, and I believe I'm smiling. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, the state chairman. If you allow the state chairman to talk from now till tomorrow, he will talk. Well, thank you, Mr. State Chairman, sir. As the state chairman was addressing us, came in Dr. Mrs. Ajayi Toyin. Well, I used to call her Auntie Toyin. That's why I said Toyin. Dr. Mrs. Toyin Ajayi, you are welcome, ma'am. Is a director in the Federal Livestock Department. Also, I want to bring in somebody to the high table so that we follow two parties. We are one. We are one. We are indivisible like a broom. Maybe you know the party, and we are covered with one umbrella. Maybe you know the party. So I want to bring in Chief Mrs. Oyemisi Oloyo, who is an Asan for a very long time and a practicing farmer. Mrs. Oloyo, please come to the high table, ma'am. Chief Mrs. Oloyo, please come to the high table, ma'am. Also, when the chairman was addressing us, he said somebody who brought in a vaccine from outside Nigeria so that African swine fever can be something we have forgotten. pig farmers. Are you there? Yes. So we want to bring in Dr. Femi Akinwale, the MD CEO of LDH Agrovet. Dr. Femi Akinwale, please come to the mic. He's an awardee. Please take to the high table, sir. That's Dr. Femi Akinwale. He's also to distribute to original pig farmers today kits that you can use to test ASF before you buy your pig. You are welcome, Dr. Femi Akinwale. But before going to the goodwill message, I know that Prince Shegun Dasaolu have a very tight schedule today of Asan, who gave us the mission to serve as an LOC. I want to recognize the state chairman who is an executive. You are welcome, sir. I want to recognize the general secretary, Dr. Mrs. Lanloye. Dr. Mrs. Lanloye, you are welcome. Dr. Adeyanju, she's not around. Mrs. Akishawan, MS Akishawan Agnes, who is our state treasurer, you are welcome, ma'am. Also, Mrs. Idris Daliyat, the financial secretary, you are welcome, ma'am. Mr. Adeyemi Olushola, who is the PRO of Asan in Ogun State, you are welcome, sir. Mr. Chokumbi Johnson, who is the assistant secretary, is not around. Mr. Oluwayinka Oluwadare Kuforiji, who is an ex-official, and Dr. Sandra from Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, who is also our executive, who is an ex-official. Also, I want to recognize the local organizing committee. They've done a superb work to make Asan a big round of applause for the local organizing committee. We want to recognize Miss Dr. Mrs. Laloye once again. You are the secretary of the planning committee. You are welcome, ma'am. Brad, who is also Great Nation, is the PRO of the planning committee. Mr. Olayinka Olawale, the one I used to call Are, is my boy, is my very good friend. Mr. Olawale, you are welcome, sir. He is a member of the planning committee. He is the regional manager of Hybrid Trees. Dr. Apata Eponua is a lecturer in Ogun State University. He could not be around. Mr. Akisha Teoluwa Shunkomi from Bangladesh, Abeokuta, you are welcome. Mr. Ajibola Oluwa Femi Adeyemi from the State Livestock, you are welcome, sir. He's a member of the local organizing committee. 95, Mr. You're welcome. It's not here, Dr. Akoni, Kaleyemi, welcome to this great occasion. Asan 25. A big round of applause for the LOC. My state chairman, how do you go with the goodwill message? Okay. Before Baba talk, let our chief talk. Great farmer, great farmer, great nation. On behalf of great Paul, built with the help of the contributions of Ogadep Livestock. When I say Ogadep Livestock, there was a time we were on the field looking for solutions to problems during our NTRM, monthly review training meeting. We were at a farm in the Kenya local government, and they had a very great problem then concerning livestock. And to God be the glory, the great RAS member, registered animal scientist in Ogadep, we were able to give a solution to that problem happening in that farm then. And when the management, the demand now asked from us, what do you want as a team from Ogadep? They were saying a lot of things, but to God be the glory, we told that man, very influential, now he's late, that what we want is the renovation of this hall, so that when people are here, when farmers are here, we can name this place as Farmers Hall. To God be the glory through the effort of that great effort of those of us in Ogadep.
we were able to have this song. Let's give it to Jesus. I want to commend the organizers of this workshop or the week for catching us worthy, at least to come to this serene environment where you can learn. You are not only here to listen or to participate in the seminar. I want to assure you that the PM has given us the grace that after this event, or maybe when you're having your break time, you can go in and see other contributions we are doing here as a team from Ogaden. Also, on behalf of my project, which is called OGKIAS, I'll be here, I listen, and I have my staff over there. We are looking for a way of helping farmers in the piggery sector. But as been said by the chairman, we have a lot of division. OGKIAS, if you know, for those of you that have gained from it, we normally support the poor households with pigs. At least in the recent past, we've had an instance of giving 3. There was a time we were doing 4 to farmers. 3 piglets or 4 piglets. Winners we give to farmers. So with this opportunity, if we are able to resolve, like my chairman has said, if we can identify, sir, not politically this time around, if only we can identify 2 groups comprising of 10 each, I'm promising you, or as a program coordinator of that particular project, that we are ready to support the initiative of my state chairman. Once again, I want to welcome you all. Ogaden is a place of learning, it's a place you can feel free, so you are much welcome. People from the national, the state, my emeritus RAS, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome everyone. And my great Oga, now retired, she has been the source of our inspiration in Ogaden, and I'm glad to be with you. Thank you very much.
Great farmer? No farmer? Inú mi dùn láti wà láàrin yín láàárọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ sí orúkọ àwọn ajẹ́pẹ̀ ìdásà orí ìṣẹ́. Inú mi dùn torí pé mo wá sínú bọ́ọ̀lù nígbà àkọ́kọ́ nígbà tí wọ́n ti ṣe. Inú mi dùn nítorí pé bí ara àwọn lẹ́gẹ́sì kan tó ìdùn pè ní lẹ́gẹ́sì téèyàn lè fi lẹ́ẹ̀bàdìbà ti wà ní kòkó tó dẹ̀ kúrò lẹ̀ ní họ́ọ̀lù. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó animal science yóò tán organize ìpàdé pàápàá jùlọ ọmọ mi ṣòro yesterday he told me you must be at this meeting láàárọ̀ yìí said you must be at this meeting and I told him I will be there. When Governor Dapo came in first time I think the first time he wọ́n pàdé àwọn àgbẹ̀ wọ́n sọ fún wa jọ yẹn pé àwọn kì í ṣàgbà àwọn ọmọ nǹkan pa agriculture ṣùgbọ́n àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀ wá àwọn dẹ́fẹ̀ rọ̀ wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí àgbẹ̀ wípé àwọn nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ àwọn máa ṣe fún wa àwa la máa gbà wọn nímọ̀ràn lọ́jọ́ yìí wọ́n wá nígbà tí mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní kí ni nǹkan tá a fẹ́ mo sọ fún wọn pé nǹkan oṣù àkọ́kọ́ tó tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ń dà wá láàmú ni pé ilé ìpàdé ta ti ń ṣèpàdé ní Ogaden ó ti wó ó tún ọ̀dẹ̀ tún kọ́ ẹ bá wa tún lé yẹn kọ́ Mrs. Ayansanwo she's alive, she can corroborate and confirm this statement. I said give us a hall where farmers will be having meeting because ibi ó jẹ́ ilé ìpàdé tá a ti máa ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ àgbẹ̀ kó tó wó ó dẹ̀ wo wọn ṣàtúnṣe ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lèmi pé the enlightened farmers too. What I'm trying to say in Nigeria is that I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful to God Almighty that I'm in this hall. And if someone should speak about a legacy, this is one of my own legacy when I was the leader of farmers in Ogun State. I could remember. And before I say that, I want to thank the organizer of this event, this yearly event, I'm part and parcel of them because by virtue of my position and everything, I'm in body and soul with them. So the chairman, well done, thank you and everybody. And I want to appreciate Shode, my son, who make sure that I'm here because since yesterday it's been bothering me. Until this morning, early morning, you must be here because it's important to come and address your people. And what I'm saying is that when His Excellency Governor Dapo came here, came in his first tenure, and he invited the farmers. And he told us that he is not a farmer, but we have a lot to offer him because we are in position to advise him. After his statement, and he gave me the mic, I told him that I would do the needful. He even said that every three months we should be meeting. He said, no problem. But I told the governor that we have a challenge, problem. I said, what's the problem? The first thing that me, I desire and I want you to do for us is that we have no place where we normally meet. When Ogadep was in his prime function, this is where farmers meet, training, everything encompassing as far as agricultural development is in Ogun State. This has been a farmer house. And the governor, in his own, noted it. And today, we are here in a beautiful hall. Let's give kudos to him for doing that for us. And I'm happy to be here, that this hall is now renovated and put in place for the farmers, and farmers are having meeting there. We thank God Almighty. And God will continue to bless everyone that team up, even including the effort of the committee too, even back up too. Because the day that I made the statement, and the second time that we met in the cultural center again, I reminded the governor, Dr. Mrs. Anyoson, who was there. It's a living proof of all these statements. So thank God. Now, being as it may, now that we are here, I now thank God secondly that I am privileged to be here. Let me tell you, the farmers that are seated here, politics, farmers' politics have not allowed farmers to concentrate and get what we need as farmers group. This man seated there, the chairman, I knew years back we met when I was the chairman. I put spirited effort, not so, to make sure that pig farmers were put in place. I don't want to go into stories. Please, I want to plead with you this morning. The pig farmers, we have one challenge in this commodity. That challenge is religion. Note it, religion. You know the position of pig vis-a-vis religion. And you know that, relatively speaking, in Abuja, you know what it means. I have made a lot of effort, but thank God for those who are in Southwest Commodity Farmers Platform. Last week, they must have read it that you visited the Minister of Livestock, Minister of Agriculture, Faka. Sure, they was there with me. And I want to assure you that the pig, being a commodity this time around, because we have that privilege of livestock ministry being in place, we are going to defend this commodity and make sure that it gets it right, because this is one of the commodities that our people get involved deeply in the Southwest and in Ogun State. It's amazing that when we got to Fakan, is it Fakan? Let me tell you this secret. When we got to Fakan, and the pig farmers, national pig farmer, is it PIFAN? PIFAN was represented at that delegate to Abuja among the Southwest. I thought, you're a member of PIFAN. Not. See, that's a problem. Because PIFAN itself, Abuja is organizing another national association, isn't it? For pig farmers, unknown to us, and even in the Southwest. Even PIFAN is not aware. It is there that we learn that they are organizing There is organizing a pig farmers association. Then the Southwest asked, so what is the position of Southwest? Who is representing the pig farmers in this place? He said there is Southwest. Who is the Southwest? Who is the Southwest representing? Because I know Professor at IRT. No, it's not Professor Akiwande. That is the national president for PIFAN. Oh, there's something. I know him. We speak. He's a member of the Southwest Community. That's the president of PIFAN. I said, is he aware? No. The fact that the zona, I said, are you aware of what is going on? No. Dito, when we come to fish, when you speak of fish farmization in Nigeria, Ogun State is a prime position. Lagos State is there. And among the things that accompanied me to see the minister and the Fakan was Mrs. Atoba. When you talk of Laskafan in Lagos State, that's a big thing. When we talk of Ejalonibu in Ogun State, when we talk of fish, whoever is in fish business know Ejalonibu. Ejalonibu is in the team, Atoba is in my team. Then they were there hearing that fish farmers association is being organized, and they say, you see your life, you see our life. Our outing is opening a kind of thing that we need to work on. So, and I told them no problem. What we need to do now in the Southwest, in Ogun State, is that we jettison politics. We don't allow ourselves to be used by stories and all those things. Let's sit down and get what we need. This, our business is in trouble. Not only pig, the cattle, the poultry, everything is in trouble. Let's be realistic to ourselves. I said we want to deceive ourselves. The poultry farmer today know where the this thing is pinching them. Tayo is here. He can confirm. Cattle, no story. Even though the complexity that is involved in the problem that is confronting us in cattle, that is my commodity. If we don't rally around as a family and do the needful, then we are wasting our time. So let this gathering bring out something reasonable and good and concrete. Once it is concrete and good, put it forward. And I can assure you, Chairman, you don't have to stress yourself anymore. Since the minister, what have you, you are as good as the hand of the minister already. After our visit, the cattle, because part of problem we are facing in cattle production is that it is attached to a tribe and religion and cultural group. We are going to debunk that in the Southwest. We consume cattle, billions of naira has been involved in cattle production and marketing today in the Southwest. Yes, but yet the Southwest, where do we stand? We've been able to organize a powerful and formidable group that is harmonized. Both West, what have you, are involved in that, including the processors, Alabata. We are now under one umbrella now, and we presented that to the minister, and it's been acceptable. Our office is standing in Abuja, so that the Southwest now encompassing both the Hausa if you are in the business, the Fulani if you are in the business, Yoruba if you are in the business, we now talk with one voice and determine what are we going to do. There is nothing debarring all of you to be a cattle farmer. It's a good day. I want to thank you, and I want to thank the organizer of this meeting. I want to thank everybody that is involved both at the top and the lower level. Let us change the story. Our age, where are your children? Are they involved in the business? They will not, because you are not making it there. Truth be told, you are hazardous, and problem is too much. How can a child sit down there? Let's change it so that you attract our youth, our children, and we can make progress. We have limited time to stay in this world. It's very limited. Don't let us deceive ourselves. And so the chance that God gave to us, I am privileged. And undeserved kindness is what I'm using for God. And that undeserved kindness, I will use it for the good of mankind. May God bless this life.
We still have 2 or 3 more good university. But before, I'm not convenient here. I don't have Professor Tunde Ido, who is a farmer also from Federal University of Agriculture. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You are recognized. Chief Mrs. is here. Mrs. Oloyo, please, 2 or 3 minutes on goodwill message.
And our guests, the president, the chairman, and all others of the high table, the directors, to this gathering of the Animal Science Association of Nigeria. This meeting, especially this meeting, is a testament to our shared commitment to advancing knowledge, innovation, and sustainable practices in animal science for food security and national growth. Because if there is no food, nobody will grow. It's our association that is making it happen. And God bless us. May all deliberations today inspire fresh ideas, strengthen collaborations, and chart pathways towards excellence in our profession. I wish the association fruitful discussions and continued success. I retired from here and as the director of research livestock, and before I left, this edifice was not here, but I thank God today that I'm here and I'm still a very good person. Thank you.
Well, I bring you warm greetings to the Department of Animal Production, Olabisi Onabanjo University, the College of Agricultural Sciences in Nayeto. I didn't know I would be on this item, I just wanted to come in today as a member. And possibly for the entire 3 days if I can make the trip. Partly, or majorly because of the theme of this gathering, livestock feeds and emerging challenges in the livestock industry. That by and large, the major argument against research in Nigeria is that it is disconnected from practice. While that may be correct to some extent, there is also the fact that even those that are linked with practice are not being used by the farmers because they are not even aware. So I wanted to come in here and listen to what the disposition of the farmers looks like, and then also see how the academic community and farmers can work together cooperatively. Let me speak briefly about this issue of pig farmers. I'm a teacher of techniques in swine and rabbit production. Those two animals have some peculiarities that makes them related. While not directly in production, I have had the opportunity of heading the university farm before. We have pigs, we have rabbits. In fact, I committed the blunder of my life when I came in as the director of farms, asking them to expand pig production, only to expand production, and then we had problems with market. And that was why, the pig unit of the university up till now is only just reduced to just for the purpose of teaching and research. You cannot engage in anything that is that called commercial. And so this meeting also, I'm also quite interested to know the direction that swine and rabbit in particular will also go. So I'm expecting that we'll have a fruitful deliberation there. A quick mention of something that the Baba that just left here said, he said most of our children are not interested in agriculture. And it's not just about our children, it's the fact that even agriculture perhaps enjoy the lowest rate of patronage in terms of courses in Nigerian universities today. In fact, that is one of the dilemmas that we have even for those of us that are located not too centrally. We have paucity of students. But something gladdened my heart in the last year's admission. There was an unusual upsurge in the number of students that subscribed to animal science or to animal production. And I felt that it's probably a pointer to something that is beginning to happen. So, just like I said, I wish us fruitful deliberations, and I believe that this gathering will be profitable. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Rabbit production, if you have any problem in pig and swine and rabbit production, we can see him is to research of swine and pig at Olabisi Onabanjo. You are quite welcome, Professor Awujobi. We are not going into the. But before we go to Mr. Rotimi Shogule, who is a farmer, please, I'm not convenient here. I want to bring to the high table. Permit me to bring to the high table and the past chairman of Animal Science Association of Nigeria in person of Mr. Kuforiji Oluwadari Olayinka. You are welcome. Please come to the high table. Please take the high table. Next to Dr. Toyin Ajayi. You are most welcome, sir. Mr. Rotimi Shogule is a farmer, and I know that he knows something about pig very, very well. But this is goodwill message. Please, 2-3 minutes.
Great farmers. Talking a lot about the disintegration in the various associations that involve pig farmers and Ofi Yadewa. So as the president said, today let us integrate and become one. Moving from there, I think the right word is also synergy. The researcher spoke about the relationship between the research and farmers. And he gave us the answer. It's information. Most times, research are kept in the books. The forum or fora to disseminate is limited, not because of them, but because of the environment. We shouldn't wait till once in a year when we are doing anniversary to be organizing things like this. Now, we spoke again. The vaccine, I've learned about it for a long time. But when you get to Ogun State Veterinary Department, they still tell you it is yet approved. I'm only expressing our dilemma. So, these are the most part of the challenges we are facing. Effective as it might be, the regulator will know, the people will call on when we have issues. They told us it's not certified by them. So what do we do? So today, I beg of the association and as well as our chief promoter to please do the needful. Let's go to the ministry, let's go to the director of veterinary service, or whoever is in charge. Let them bring this into the system. Now another thing we spoke about, which are the challenges for farmers, is marketing. But the one that is more dangerous is the one we have solution to now. That is African swine fever. If by the grace of God the vaccine works as expected, we will give glory to God. I've bite my fingers. There was a year I lost almost 8 million to African swine fever. And what did I do? I have a limit. From that year, you can't see 100 pigs on my farm. In fact, a whole pair I abandoned for the last 4-5 years. I've not been using it. Pigs are good. Marketability again. I think we have to be more innovative. There are supermarkets, big ones, ShopRite for example. If we come together, have a processing center where this can be well packaged. Thank God, wonders is happening at Ajibule Farm Settlement and all farm settlements in the country. The governor through World Bank, Awowo is here, something is happening there. All the farm settlements in the state, government is bidding for us a very big and massive, let me call chicken or livestock, let me use the right word, livestock processing center with solar powered storage facility. It's not dependent on NEPA. So that is the part of the new innovations, part of new things happening in agriculture. With that, we know our profits will be enjoying the benefits of profits, and losses will be minimized. Now again, in this state, we have an agro airport. We should tap into it, because what is at open for us is ability to export. And so I come back to the right word I use, and I'm telling the leadership of the association, let us synergize. We must on our own be able to develop a whole value chain for piggery, so that we encourage production. Past years, it is difficult for you to get compounded feed in the market for pig. But now we have so many companies that now gives us compounded feeds. So we are actually growing and developing. So I want to thank you, because as a farmer, if I keep talking, I will take much of your time. I want to thank everybody, but to let you know that in this industry we are winning. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Farmers, God bless you. That was the message from Mr. Rotimi Shogole from Farm Settlement in Lagos State. Then before we go actually in the next 30 minutes, that we are what we are here for. Pig farmers.
And I would also want to thank all the farmers and every lecturers that are here this afternoon for that come and grace these special occasions. I have some things to correct, but maybe in the midst of my presentations, I can make the correction, one or two corrections along the line. And first and foremost, our company actually we deal with about 85% of our business is on poultry, and people know us when it comes to vaccines, feed additives, and some other areas. But I felt one thing along the line that when I left the service, the first business that I did was piggery. It was piggery, and that particular period of time, I did not even have a farm of my own. I rented the farm. So the man was raising his own pigs. I was using another part to raise my own pigs. You understand? So, but every weekend, because of the demand, I think as of that time, the 1 kg of feed, 1 kg of pigs in Ibadan is 50 kg, is 50 naira per, if I'm right, per 1 kg. Also per kg, yes. But in Yaba, or that area, they will buy it from you from 65 naira. So there is a difference of 65 to 50. So, but when I look at the size of my own pigs, that I could not meet up with the market. So all the people in the area, everybody, I start the marketing as far as pig is concerned. And every weekend, I will load 2 or 3 vehicles to Lagos. And I discovered that it was a very profitable business. But as our elders have just spoken, as of that particular time, I think it should be around 1996 or 97, if I'm right, African swine fever came in. And if I come to the farm this morning, I will find one dead, second day another one, and that was how everything. So that is how I have to go and look for a job, because the business that I started with. So when you see anybody see us doing anything that has to be big, it's not because of commercial interest. It's because of what we have passed through. And I'm trying to tell many people that are the stakeholders that look, when the farmer is having a problem, what the farmer needs is action. It is not story. It is not council upon council, meeting upon meeting, meeting over here in Abuja, meeting over here, meeting over here, and many farmers are dying. Many are losing their economical power. So many of them, they are on the sick bed. Many are having hypertension in Okearo, and government is not doing anything. We are not approaching the matter the way it's supposed to be. So when you look at these particular challenges, I felt within me that this thing cannot continue the way it's supposed to be. Every one of us, we know that when it comes to piggery, it is the African swine fever. It is a transboundary disease. People are bringing pigs from the Republic of Benin. People are taking the pigs from Lagos. They are taking it to Delta State. And if there is any occurrence of disease in Abeokuta today, within 2 or 3 days, they will be having the cyclical effect in Delta State. So you can see that we have to have a whole house into it. We believe that the best solutions to be able to handle the African swine fever is when you maintain a very good biosecurity. We know that already. And we know that a farmer needs to make sure that the farm is well disinfected. We know that the farmer needs to make sure that the fecal samples and the urines of the pigs need to be washed, taken away, far away from where the farm site is. But there is something that we now look into. Our elders talk about the vaccines, and there have been so many arguments and everything up about it. And I want to say something that commercially it is not available. And why I say so is that they say it has not yet been satisfied by the government. But so me as an expert, it has been used, and all the people that use it, they have 100% result. It is made of DAY1, and the vaccine is made of by Vietnam and USA. And all the people that use it, I have them on record, and they can come out and they can satisfy that the vaccine give them up result. And I think when we are approaching the matter together and say what is the way forward. So we are waiting for the government to satisfy it. It is on processing, and when it is done, we will make everybody to know. There was a farmer that it was used, and we have to carry it out on the field trial because the NADA gave us a sample for us to be able to bring it in. So you cannot know something is good or is not good if you have not actually tested it. So that should be the first step. Then we have done that, and we have seen that it works. And all the people that use it, I think the last time we have Afiana or in Ibadan, is it Afiana or one? Nipoli at IART, doctor was there, everybody other was there, and all the farmer Okearo was there, and everybody was expecting up the result. So that is number one aspect. So by the time the government satisfied it, and everybody is able to see that, okay, it's giving the farmer the result, then we can look into that. But today, we have come to look into one area whereby we cannot be having the disease occurrence on our farm. And it is the aspect of biosecurity, and it's to prevent. It's to prevent. Now, how do we prevent the African swine fever on the farm? When you want to buy pigs, how are you going to know either the pig is having African swine fever or not? How are you going to know that the level of the antibody that the pig is having? So we have been able to bring in the antibody test kits. We have been able to bring ASF final test kits. And within 5 minutes, you will be able to know either the pigs or the farm is having African swine fever or not. That is number 1. Then number 2, you will be able to know the level of the antibody. Even if you are not having problem on your farm, you just want to know the immune status of your farm. Within 5 minutes, you can make it and you will see the result. Another challenges we are having here, which I've seen, is that anytime there is a problem that has to do with African swine fever, I know that people will say, we take the sample to Jos, and you are going to wait before they will give us the what? The result. See, let us be very frank to ourselves. We as Nigerians, we always like to deceive ourselves on many things. How would there be a disease outbreak in Ogun State and you cannot get the result until when you take it to Jos? No, these are the things that we need to just be very frank about. And I think I was in MFMA meetings the last time. I was talking to some of the researchers that are inside as regard to the pigs. And I was saying, look, when the farmer is having problem in the Ibadan, and so even before the government will come and take the samples and take it to Jos before we know what is really happening. So that means what our elders have just spoken. When it comes to pigs, there have not been enough attention from the world, from the government. There has not been enough attention, and that is the reason whereby this afternoon we felt that it is very important. And I told the people, I said, look, when there is challenges of disease challenges on farmers, it should be a collaboration between the private industry and the government. Government cannot do it alone. And that is the reason we felt that we were in Okearo last week or over 2 weeks ago, and by the Ministry of Agri, and we presented the case to them, and by the next 2 weeks we'll be with them to give them their own free sample. We'll be giving them the free sample of African swine fever test kit. We are still going to give them the free test kit for the antibody. So our plan here this afternoon is that we want to know the zones that are actually into pigs. Then we will now give it to the heads of the associations, and when we give it to the head of the association, so that when there is any problem or any challenges on any farm, you can easily test. You know what? If you are able to easily test the disease, it will be more preferable than when you are waiting for a longer period of time. And it is something that if you train your supervisors very well, you can easily use it. So now it is now left for the zonal head to be able to know how they are going to organize, who will do it up for them. And we are not doing what we call a good control on African swine fever. And with that, you will discover that the outbreak will be reduced, and the farmer can easily beat up his chest up about it. Thank you very much. Please, can I have the kit? This is the buffer. And this is the plate where you are going to put your sample. I will hand over the phone to our microbiologist. He's going to talk to you about it. And then again, we are going to show to you on this, also on the slide. And this is the pipette. This is the pipette. And it can easily be handled by someone who is very diligent on the farm. Please, over to you. Thank you.
Alright, so you just leave it. Then after then, you use that same pipette to pick out of your sample. The buffer is just like a solution to mix with your blood sample, so you can get your accurate results. So you just pick from the buffer now. like I said, that round surface is where you will place the sample. And the C line is where you read the results. We'll see now. You have to be very careful here, because if you drop too much drops on the S surface, you might not get an accurate result. So I just picked some now. So on that S surface, you just put like 2 to 3 drops. That's 1, 2, 3. Then you leave it. Within 5 minutes, your result is out. There will be a process. You will check the video very well. Can we see the blood? Can we see an ongoing? Yeah. So we'll know whether this particular pig has ASF or not. Alright, so for our results now, for your results to be positive, you will have a red coloration on the T line, the same thing on the C line. For your result to be negative, it is only on the C line you will have a red coloration. And now, you can as well have an invalid result. That's when you are not taking your preparation very well. You will not have any coloration on either T line and on C line. Or you have on T line and not on C line. And the only thing that can cause your result to be invalid is when you are adding too much drops on that S surface, or you are not taking precautions at all. Alright, so we'll see whether this particular one, can we see it now? The line is on where? Can we check? This is your C, this is your T. So the line is on where? On the C line, and that depicts what? Is negative. So that particular bit from that pen does not have ASF. Alright, so that's that about the main test kit. I don't know if anybody has any question. Okay, sir.
Sorry, you didn't tell us the blood to be taken. Okay. I think we need to know the volume of blood to be taken from the pig. How do I take it? Because I'm also trying not to contaminate the needle. So, one, the volume of blood, and then how many ml do I add to the, what do they call it?
To the
buffer.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So, you have said 3 drops.
Yes, sir.
But what is the quantity of blood to be added to the buffer?
To the buffer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, my boss will. My boss.
Take 1 ml. 1 ml is okay. You cannot even finish using the whole 1 ml. And as he has spoken, you only need to use the pipette to take 3 drops. Don't take more than 3 drops. And when you drop it on that hole, the thing will start to reach, and it will give you the result within 5 minutes.
Sorry. After I've taken the 1 ml from the pig, how many drops do I add to the buffer? Or I add the buffer? Yes.
1 buffer for 1 result.
No. How many? Okay. Do I drop the whole 1 ml?
No, you just need little of the blood to add to the sample.
When you take 1
It can
ml,
even be half mil.
when you take 1 ml, you can use 0.5.
Yes.
Then you can use the whole 1 ml. The most important thing is that once you mix the blood with the buffers, then you shake it. When you have shaken it, then you will not take 3 drops out of it. Only thing you need is 3 drops.
Sorry.
The best time to take the sample. Yes. Is it morning, afternoon, before meal, after meal, or whatever?
Okay.
Night. As long as when you discover that there is a problem knocking the door, And then I want to stretch this. If I want to buy like 10 pigs now, somebody want to supply me like 10 pigs, and I'm not very confident about the status of the pigs. So you can just do random sampling. You can pick 3 pigs out of it and you can test. So and immediately it will show you either there's a problem or not. It is not left for you to decide either to buy it or not to buy it.
I'd like to ask, is the test kit a single use or you can use it for multiple animals?
It's a single use. Affects your results.
Says maybe averagely about 10 to 20. And I have to use 10 kits. Is it possible? I'm just asking. And we all know the situation in Nigeria. There's no money to throw anyhow. Is it possible for me to take a portion of the buffer and then use about 2 or 3 pigs, since all I need is blood from the different animals?
Thank you very much. Our professor is an economist, so let us, you see, the manufacturer does not recommend that we use it 2 or 3 times. But as our professor is talking now, is devising another Nigerian methodology, which I may not be able to snap it. But if he's our professor, so if he use it and it's working, so who am I? I'm a small boy.
So that after mixing the blood with the buffer, you only have 1 test card. So you will need at least 2 test cards if you want to do that. So that would be where the challenge will be.
So I think I want to buy 100 pigs. What is the value of that 100 pigs? We have to look at the value. Then what is the value of the kits that we are going to use? So it's a matter of check and balance.
They contacted this disease. It's not immediate that the disease will manifest. They have incubation period. At what point will this test kit pick up this thing that they are having the disease? We say at the beginning of the picking up the disease, or at the exact maybe 40 days after the incubation period.
Thank you very much. Before
we also conduct the test on dead animal.
How are you going to do? So, but if the animal is still fresh, and you, as of that point in time, you can aspirate and get the blood, no problem. But if the animal is already dead, the blood must have clotted. So, that's the matter. Now bringing in the antibody to test. As of the time the incubation period is going on, they may not show you the sign, but it's already on the farm. So how you are able to know is the level of the antibody that you are able to know that the antibody level is very low. Then you know there's a problem somewhere. So that is the only way you can be able to know, and it follows the same process. So we have the test kits to test the viral disease. We have the test kits to test the level of antibody. So the antibody is meant for when your animal is still okay. You can use it just to know the status of your flock. So I think you need to.
But the pipette here is smaller than the one for the main test kit. There's a reason why it's like that. Yes, we can pass it around so we can check the triangular hole and the circular one. So for the antibody, we have the buffer is like this, and that's why the pipette is as small as that. The reason is because we don't sell the the antibody in pieces. It comes in pack. So 20 pieces for one buffer, and that's why the hole is being separated. On the triangular hole, you will put this, on the circular hole, you are going to put the blood sample. Maybe when the man will reach us, we can actually, so that's just the little difference. Let me just brief it here. So after taking your sample, so you remove the test card, you place it on the ground. So you will have your sample, your blood sample on the rectangular hole, and you have your buffer on the S hole, like the other one. So that will give you your results. That's just a little difference. And the reason why, if it takes too long, the blood can clog together, and not everybody has this equipment, centrifuge, for you to preserve the blood. Yeah.
For us to be able to pass the information across effectively, I think the organizer should be able to let us know how many zones that we have over here that for pigs, so that we can look at the heads, and the head can personally be educated about it, so that they can easily pass it to the members of the associations. So that is number one. Then number two, when we know them, we brought some of those kits and we want to present it to the farmer free of charge. And we want to just have the number of the soul we have, then officially we will give it up to them. As I was sitting down with my professors here, and you know, it's always very good to see the professor. You continue to learn and learn and learn and learn, you understand? So the professor was asking me that, okay, let's imagine that the pig is already having the African swine fever, or is incubating it. And what can I use to be able to stop the problem? And I just told him now that we are actually working on a research which has to do with immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin is a direct antibody. And what it does is that it neutralizes the virus. It takes away the virus. And within 24 hours, the animals will be okay. It is not a vaccine. When it comes to poultry, we were able to bring in immuno-IgY for poultry. And over 2 years now, we have been selling immuno-IgY around the nation. It's an antibody, immunoglobulin. And it takes care of avian influenza, egg drop syndrome, IBD, and adenovirus, and about 4 or 5 in one, different immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin is different from vaccine. Immunoglobulin is what the vaccine is supposed to produce inside the animal that it fed. So they are be able to synthesize the immunoglobulin outside the body, so that when your animal is sick, when you inject it, the animal will be okay immediately. That one is not a vaccine. When you give a vaccine, the vaccine will make the body to generate immunity. But now when you give the immunoglobulin, you are putting directly immunity direct, less than 24 hours. We have used it up in poultry. People that have big farms that have problem with African swine fever around the nation, I can continue mentioning names. They have been able to save a lot of flock from all those viral diseases. So we are doing the same thing on pigs, and I think when it is out, we'll be able to come out like this, and we'll be able to present it to everyone. Thank you very much. FDH Agrofet Agro Fed, that is veterinary Fed. fdhagrofet.com.ng.
I'm saying, if we are together, come together. All farmers from Ajegule Farm Settlements, come to me. All farmers from Ajegule Farm Settlements, come to me. If you are a pig farmer from Ajegule Farm Settlement and you are here, come to me. Any other, let's identify the team Arrow. If we do it Central, if we do it Central, what do Okay, please, let's go back to our seats so that we save time. But what I will say is, if you are a good leader here, stand up. Let's identify the good leader.
Conclude on the issue of the unionization of the pig farmers. Those leaders that we picked are the ones that will give those things to. So you can get the nearest leader to wherever you are to get your own gift. So just wait a little bit for us. Let's get to that place. Once we get to that place, you will definitely get it. We'll do it such a way that it will get to you. So that because of time, we're also mindful of time. We still have one more lecture and then we have deliberation. So let's just go straight to our second lecture. Then after the second lecture, we'll do the deliberation. We'll come up with a name. We'll come up with leaders. We'll be able to distribute the materials to us.
That regulate livestock production, livestock business, anything that has to do with livestock. Talk to Prince Adetokunbo Ogundipe. Asan is a body under NIAS. That's why we invited Prince Adetokunbo Ogundipe to come and enlighten our farmers on the regulation that binds them to be a farmer and what they need to do and the growth of the livestock industry, the principle that guides the regulatory body. Please join me in the next 30 minutes for a powerful lecture by Prince Adetokunbo Ogundipe. Please a big round of applause for Prince.
Matters, all matters pertaining to animal husbandry in Nigeria. The institute headquarters is in Abuja, 1832 Cadastral Zone, Kabusa, Wose FCT Abuja. The institute, we have 6 zonal offices and 12 state offices. Our zonal offices, for the North Central, we have the location in Lokoja. For the Northeast, we have in Maiduguri. For the Northwest, we have in Kaduna. The South-South is in Owerri. South-South is Port Harcourt. Southeast is in Owerri. And for the Southwest, we have it in Ibadan. For the state offices, we have in Makurdi, the officer in Makurdi covers the one for Benue, and the one for Mina covers the one for Niger State and the FCT Abuja. So also, I want to restrict myself to the one we have in the Southwest. Our state office in Kabuki is in Akure, and so the officer in Akure and their staff takes charge of Ondo and Ekiti. So also for Lagos State, we have the office there in Opoba. So the officer there takes care of Ogun State and Lagos State. As time goes on, I will need to introduce the officers. Our vision, to be the foremost regulatory institution for animal science and husbandry practices in Africa that will improve the standard of living of its people. Our mission is regulation of animal science and animal husbandry practices for increased profitability to all stakeholders and guarantee improved animal husbandry production system that will embrace environmental sustainability and ensure high quality and quantity animal protein for the people in Nigeria. What we do? Our activities in years is our core mandate. And we have 3 core mandates. We have the professional, we have the industry, and we have the social. Going by the diagram over there, each of these mandates is not staying alone. For instance, for the social mandate, advocacy, I want to believe that's part of why I'm here today, to tell people what we stand for. It has to be handled by a professional, which is an animal scientist. And the beneficiaries of this social advocacy are the industry people, the farmers. So our activities is interwoven as we go on. As I further, you will understand it better. Now, mere functions. All our regulations and guidelines or our minimum operating procedures are based on our functions. I'm just going to take a very few of them. The first one, to prescribe and regulate the standard of academic qualification in Nigeria and practical skills to be attained by persons seeking to become either a registered animal scientist, an associate, or a fellow of the institute. These functions gives us the power to visit university for resource verification. We call it resource verification. Because for an animal scientist to come out and say, yes, you are an animal scientist, as a regulatory body, we are interested in the practical skills that you are giving to students that you are graduating. And that's why, to a very large extent, some universities that have not complied with this, for now, their students are not being inducted. But to a very large extent, as I'm talking, if I'm not mistaken, we have around 35 universities that are offering animal science that are compliant. So their students can do our professional exams. So also we prescribe the code of conduct for animal science. Part of our functions is to regulate the practice of the profession for animal science. We also establish and maintain a register for animal science practitioners. The moment you are inducted and you are given the certificate, for each of the zones, we have registered for our members. Most times I used to call it our NIAS Bible. If I ask you your name or your number and I decide to check my Bible and your name is not there, I will tell you it's not possible. But we have a comprehensive one in Abuja. But for those members that are within the Southwest, the register is already in my office. Part of our function is also to ensure that animal science practitioners in Nigeria uphold to the ethics of the profession and guarantee the production of high quality animal protein. We also advance in education, science, technology, and the act of animal science. Under these functions, we have a regulation, we have the act that is giving us the power that it is only an animal science in Nigeria that can educate people on animal science. At least to the glory of God, we're able to stop some people that are into business. Well, sometimes you hear it over the radio, come and learn how to hear good, come and learn how to. If I happen to hear that over the radio, I don't have any issue. I just need to go and meet them. My concern is, yes, you want to teach people, you want to educate people about livestock. Now, do you have any animal scientists with you? If he says no, I don't have any problem with him. I just go straight to the police station to go and report. That is when it's an illegal. At least, to the glory of God, we'll be able to stop some people. And we say the best for you is to employ an animal scientist to be part of what you are doing. And that is what the rule is saying. The moment he has an animal scientist there, we don't have any issue. So also, we promote the production of animals. These functions, we have a regulation for it. And that is what gives us the power to visit any place that you are rearing animal. It gives us the power to visit your farm, but most time what we do is we need to refer you. Our approach to regulation is somehow different. Most of the time we'll try as much as possible to be your friend, but if we now discover that he wants to prove otherwise, I'll just take my stand. We have done it. I remember in Napoli, because of the situation of the country, we encourage people to invest, to bring money to come and do one or two things. But some of these people that are really bringing things are forgetting that there are rules in the country. I remember there is a company I visited there to premix, and he's telling me what do I have on the table for him. What do you think we're talking about? You're asking me as a regulator what I have on the table for you? And I'm here reading this. What the fucking nonsense? What was asking me with that? You want to try me? I'm going to close you from this place. Fortunately for him, other foreign people that have already identified themselves with us, because they came, they met me and they asked, so please. At the end of the day, he started begging. I said, look, what do you think? If you have the money, you put it in your pocket. I'm telling you, this is the law of the land. And you are telling me, what do I have for you? You brought something from my country. What concerns me with that? In other countries, you don't do that. Before you even be allowed to do such things, you must ask, what are the regulations for the country? Who is responsible for these things? And I wouldn't want us to take much of our time. Let me go to, as part of our functions also, we also educate the public on animal science activities. Exactly what we are doing today. I'm happy my chairman is making a move, and I pray it will succeed. To a very large extent, the practitioners are the public, and there is need for them to know. I'm happy because he's a professional himself. He knows if one or two things is not on ground in place, we tend to lose. And to those that have identified with us, most times, as far as we are concerned, it's a win-win situation. Because the moment you follow the right process, and we have given you our permit, you can start your operation. As time goes on, I'll let you know some of the things that we have done. Now, as far as we are concerned, the Institute developed the following document to aid monitoring and inspection of the industry in Nigeria. Already, these are the regulations we have on ground. We have regulations for feed mill industry. We also have the regulation for breeders' farm, hatchery operators, and day-old merchants. Day-old merchant. There is also an official gazette for animal science practice in Nigeria. Also, there is regulation on good animal husbandry practice for poultry operators. Poultry operators. So also, we have a gazette on animal handling, meat processing, and distribution in abattoir. There are still other awaiting gazettes that we have. We have the one for poultry, for swine. We concluded the meeting in Ibadan last year. The document is already with them at the Ministry of Justice. So also we have awaiting regulation on dairy, the awaiting regulation on endangered species. So also awaiting regulation on cattle production for meat. For the poultry good animal husbandry that we have done, there is also a pending regulation for poultry production in brackets, layers, and broiler. I'm believing God, maybe towards the end of the year, it will be out. Now, like I said, our professional regulation NIAS regulates the practice of animal science by setting standards for professionals and industry associated with animal husbandry. that word, industry, in our meaning for industry, in the regulation, covers a range of livestock value chain. The livestock value chain. So where you fit in, there is a guideline that we have produced to assist that things are done in the right way. So also to ensure that certified professionals supervise all animal husbandry activities and livestock production. This is very, very important to us. And for the fact that we discovered that there are lots of fake people, quacks, outside there doing this our job, and that's why there is need for a professional to supervise. Take for instance, if you have a farm now, it is part of the law that an animal scientist must be there. Is either employed or the services of the person. Sometimes I remember I visited some farms, and some of them are getting enlightened and they don't want any problems for themselves. I just saw the processing license, and you have an animal scientist. They said, I have one visiting. I said, where is the evidence? What I just did is the processing license. I said, sure. So this my guy was making money over here. He just slapped it up. And to a very large extent, they are really doing things. That humane handling of animals and animal products and food management practice. Under the farm operation, there are various aspects that is taken care of. I wouldn't want to take our time explaining all those. But what we are conscious is, one, good practice. Two, disease management. Operators must immediately notify competent veterinary authority if there is an outbreak. We know our boundaries. As far as health issues is concerned, I used to tell my colleague, don't go to die. We also have another body that takes care of that. So also, as part of farm operational husbandries, we have the general welfare. Yes, also, the regulation is aimed at ensuring that the animals are healthy and comfortable. One thing that is also paramount to us, as far as the regulation that we produce is concerned, is about security and the hygiene. So also, the quality control is very, very important. Under this, the use of good parents talk. And to the glory of God, most of the farms that we have visited and we have satisfied their breeders farm, we ask for the history of the parents talk. I know in Nigeria today it's only chief that has the grandparents talk. It's only chief. Other people they do bring in their eggs. And most of them parents talk. But it's only the chief that has this grandparents talk and something. And we are very, very cautious of that. So also the operation must, yes, that's under the quality. One thing I also want us to be conscious that is very paramount to us is the traceability. All products are to be recorded, labeled where possible to ensure traceability. So also, under the farm operation and husbandry, the farm infrastructures and location. What we are conscious here is that the location of the farm must not be area where is flood zone and pollution. So also the design, you need to get or produce a design that will allow for proper ventilation. Now, all the stakeholders involved in the production cycle for feed, whether for fish, or poultry or others. It is very, very important. So also the bulk security in the feed mill is also very, very important. It's already in the effect. So also the documentation and traceability. And also the last one is the professional. Every feed mill business must employ at least one registered animal scientist as a technical officer to supervise the operation. All these activities, all these guidelines are already in the regulation. Now we also have regulation for animal handling, meat processing and distribution in abattoir. It has played a major role in the regulation of abattoir and meat processing in Nigeria. These are part of the Institute's broader mandate to ensure that food safety and environmental sustainability is attained. The guideline includes registration and licensing, animal welfare and handling, so also meat processing and inspection, hygiene and sanitation, and the last one is personnel and training. For regulation, for practice regulation, NIAS regulate professional practice in animal science through comprehensive framework that include code of conduct and ethics, mandatory registration for all members, licensing system for all members, and the NCP for all members. This ensures that animal science profession uphold the highest standard of ethics and competency and animal welfare. For the practice regulation, we are conscious of the code of conduct and ethics. We are also conscious that there is need for registration and licensing. The graduate animal scientists, the registered animal scientists, they all have their practicing license. And under that regulation, we prohibit wax. It is stated in the law that if you are not an animal scientist and you portray yourself as an animal scientist, and at the end of the day, I happen to come across you, well, the law says 3 months in imprisonment or 5,000 naira. Now, for compliance and enforcement, this area is very, very important to us. The inspection aspect is being taken care of by the department in the head office. We have the Department of Inspectorate and Compliance. And under the practice regulation for disciplinary actions is meant for those, a person that is found wanting in the profession. If you've been inducted and you are found wanting, the disciplinary action will have to take place. So also the education and training, there is need for us, like we are doing, to educate ourselves. The next one is accreditation and the curriculum standard. Under this, like I said, the professional resource verification is being carried out in all the universities that are offering animal science. So we also take care of the curriculum content and the professional examination and induction. To a very large extent, we also have collaborations with other agencies. International Feed Industry Federation and FAO. For Nigeria, the head office in Abuja is the Nigerian office for IFIF. We also have collaborations with NAFDAC and the SON. To a very large extent, we've been able to do a lot of things with the SON. Because of the time, we have supported SON in the development of industry standard for cattle feed concentrate, for It's okay. We've been able to have collaborations with SOS. For now, since we are under the Federal Ministry of Livestock Production, Livestock Development, we also have collaboration, and we liaise with the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, because we realize that to a very large extent, this animal kingdom is not an area where one profession or professional will be in charge. These are potential activities of some of their. This was one of our visits to feed mill. These are activities that we carry out every year. For this year, the induction for the RAS will be taking place in Abuja in October. And like I said, as part of our mandate, we train. This was done last year for AI training, 3 weeks AI training for animal science. They were picked from the 3 geopolitical zones, and the institute provided them with AI kits. This is a capacity building for the DOT merchants in Oyo State. And there is need for us to, because it's part of our regulation that we want to regulate the market of DOT because of the counterfeit. And we decided to call them to a training to see reasons why this law must take effect. And the picture was after the training. This is one of our visits to in or on-farm visits to started. This also, or Ashley, or do I say feed mill. Usually we'll have a meeting before we start, and after the meeting, there is need for us to come together on some of our observations, some of the things that you are doing wrong that we identified over there. At least some of them were with us. We are supposed to have this, we are supposed to do this. We agree, and we issue them compliance directive. And in that directive, we all agree. All these are observations that is not right. When are you going to put it in place? We agree, the sign, we give it to them. It now rests on the zone or the officer in the state to do a follow-up of the compliance and directives that we are giving to them. Now, on behalf of my registrar, the Professor Kudos Hubert, for giving us the privilege to talk to our people. Today, I say a very big thank you. That is our website. Thank you for listening.
Roy, the so-called scientists you are talking about. Then thirdly, this we are talking about, are you sure that on the feed, they are not discouraging the farmer to employ them? I have a fish farm, I have a poultry, I have a cow, and I have rams and other things like farm. When I was using somebody that we know that is a doctor and scientist, if he treats 2 of my cow, he will be demanding for 150,000. Sometimes he treated 2. Following day, one of it died. After I pay 150,000, and yet it does say they advise me that you better go and look for Fulani who are good on it. And for the past 3 years, I've been using Fulani. They are performing well. What I'm trying to say is that, do you even educate these people not to overcharge the people? Though, as I'm a novice, because I'm a novice, I always look for those. I'm an accountant and a novice, and I retire as Ogun State Accountant General. I'm the immediate part Accountant General. So please help us answer the 3 questions.
Thank you, sir. So that it can be clear to us. There is difference between animal scientists and veterinary services. Let me clarify that to us. The animal scientists are trained to be good in production, in animal nutrition and slightly animal health. Slightly, I'll use the word slightly. When it comes to animal health, it is the veterinary that handles it. We don't mix it together. Veterinary don't handle production. They don't handle feeding because they are not trained for that. They are trained for management of your animal health. Animal scientists don't handle your animal health, but they can advise you. When it comes to health, go to vet. But when it comes to production and rearing and feed, talk to an animal scientist. Those are the two. Let me clarify that. I think that is clear. Now, you are asking whether you can get enough of animal science. That's why we have an association. If you engage any animal scientist and they misbehave, that's why every registered animal scientist has a number and we have practicing license. If any of them misbehave in Ogun State and is reported to me, I report him directly to NIAS and he will be disciplined. If you have an animal scientist that comes to your farm and dupe you, report them to us. Let's know their name. They have number. I'll get the name, I report back to the zonal NIAS and they will discipline that person. That is why they don't, if you see a registered animal scientist, he will not joke with you on the farm because you know the certificate is they can see the certificate. So we have more than enough that can service you on the farm, but most of the time we don't go through the right direction. We just pick anybody on the road and they will give you a problem. That's why we have the Department of Livestock at Ite-Eko. They are major, when you go to the Department of Livestock, majorly what you have there are animal scientists. When you go to veterinary services in Ite-Eko, what you have there majorly is vets. So when you want to handle your animal, if you need something to do about their health, go straight to vets. If you need advice on the production and nutrition of the animal, go to livestock department. When you pick people from those places, I want to know when they misbehave because I'm not way. That's the office 91. So if they misbehave and you report them out to office, they will be disciplined. That's about that. About training, yes, you have a good question. We did not have, we are not doing it before. But in our program now, starting from next year, because we have gotten a place and it's a big place that can seat about 80 people. An office at Ashero. From January, you will start to see us rolling out different training for our farmers. Initially, we may start free, but later on, we may add a little to it. But we will definitely put that in our program for next year about farmers. We will get pig farmers, we have training for them. Poultry farmers, we have training for them. And you can be sure that each of these training will bring experienced professionals to train us. That is the answer to those questions.
Bàbá wa ṣe ti rí díẹ̀ nínú wọn wọ́n pọ̀ jù báyìí lọ sọ ẹ lè rí wọn ẹ jókòó. Ìkejì ẹ̀sà ẹ̀yin náà lẹ sọ ẹni ọjà téèyàn bá fowó rà á fi pawó ni tẹ́ bá rán ọmọ lọ iléèwé tó kọ́ṣẹ́ báyìí ṣé ẹ̀mí fẹ́ fún pawó ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ́rù pé ó ń ṣe báyìí ṣùgbọ́n tó bá dé tó bá sọ pé ọjà tó yẹ kó fi pa ọgọ́rùn-ún náírà tó ní 20 náírà ló fi pa kí lẹ máa ṣe fún. Àṣọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló Fúlàní ní nǹkan tá a kàn ń sọ ní pé àwọn ọmọ yín náà wà ní ìbàyẹ̀ tó máa jẹun tó máa fẹ́ yàwó tó máa tọ́mọ ẹ bá wa mójútó wọn náà. Thank you very much.
Exactly. My main question is this: as a local pig farmer, what certificate or what standard you expect from us? That's number one. Number two, for a local pig farmer, all those big language or big grammar, most of us don't understand it. And then on this level, we want you to come down to our own level. In the area of, first of all, number one, in terms of these scientists, animal scientists, for us at the local level, we don't know them. What we know are the vets. We have vets. When you have problems, we call these people, they call me, they help us and everything is fine. So that's the question. Thank you.
We've had the ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, but nísìn, I want to tell you is the work that is part of what the animal scientists has taken on. When we were not when our profession tí wọ́n ti recognize it, ìwọ̀nba ni agbára mọ́ gbàgbà wà under vet. When we were under the veterinary department, now several times the issue our pé ọ̀gá tẹ́ṣe fẹ́ mú kíní nǹkan, are you in charge? But to the glory of God, we have a separate department so our people can now fly. Sherry, tẹ́ ẹ bá ti béèrè, definitely the chairman makes you so. Wọ́n wà ní department husbandry services. Nǹkan tó máa ń sábà ṣe àwọn àgbẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ó ní pé a ò pé wàhálà ni kí ni mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe mẹ́ta ni mo fẹ́ lọ béèrè. But tí a bá ti make effort láti lọ jáde lọ béèrè, mo máa ń sọ because tí mo ti ṣe rí ni dáadáa, tí management mi bá dáa ní ìdígbé vet. I don't call them. Vaccine mi, tí màá ṣe pé wọn, mo fẹ́ ṣe làsútà lẹ́ni o, because mi fẹ́ tí mo máa ṣe, wọ́n wá ní mi ní right tí mo fi ṣe ló ṣe wrong. I only call them when I want to vaccine. And tí ìyẹn o, tí mo bá ti lè ṣe yẹn, tí management mi dá, feeding mi dá, nutrition mi dá, bank security mi dá, I don't think it's possible I have problem. Tó wà bí, tó wà local state, ọlọ́run sì mọ̀ ọ́n wà.
And mo ti ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀sìn ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, ó ti lé ní ọdún mẹ́wàá. If I can't now, it's over 15 years tí mo ti ṣe. But mo fẹ́ bí àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa. Nǹkan tó bá rí ìfa wàhálà ni pé kì í rí ìgbọràn sí nǹkan tó bá advice wa. Màá ṣe example. Ibi tí mo ti ṣiṣẹ́, wọn ní àrùn ASF yẹn rí. Bọ̀ ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ dé, ẹnìkan wá sọ pé tẹ bá fìdí wood shaving pé animal yìí máa tóbi láì fi àgbàdo àti anything sí kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ food shaving pé tẹ bá bacteria kan biograde yẹn ó máa fún yín ní nutrient. Àmọ́ ẹgbẹ́ wood shaving ní kò sí nǹkan kan nínú ẹ̀. Common sense lọ́pọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ kò lè ṣiṣẹ́. Yàtọ̀ sí pé yóò lọ school àti mọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ kò work. But wọ́n pe wá, wọ́n fi àwọn animals yẹn ọ̀hún bọ́ ṣe tó. In my own small knowledge, and I was telling my boss that it can only increase the gut length of your animal. Animal yẹn máa gùn, tẹ bá wò látọ̀ ẹ máa rò kó tóbi, kò sí nǹkan kan lọ ẹ̀, kìkì ìfúnni. Nítorí ó ní longer time láti digest, so máa increase gut length ẹ̀. But tẹ bá wò tó gùn, animal tóbi, ó ṣe ní nìkan, it's not possible. Nǹkan tó gbé ASF wo kó wọn nìyẹn. The person was telling them, and still also, yàtọ̀ sí àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa, we still need to even talk to our academicians too. Because you practice something and you work a bit does not mean it's working. A ní láti balance méjèèjì. Bí nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ fún wa lónìí pé balancing between academic research and livestock managers. A ní láti balance it. Nǹkan tó bí ẹsẹ̀ fún ọkọ yẹn nìyẹn, ọkọ yẹn wọ́n ní over 1,000. A lè sọ fún ọ̀gá wa pé ẹni sùúrù, ok, ẹ má jẹ́ ká lọ rà. Ẹ jẹ́ bí àwọn animal wa tó lóyún tó bímọ, wọ́n á ní ju portion tá a fẹ́ lọ. Nítorí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ́lé ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ mi tó máa gba ṣé 2,000 gbà yẹn pé let them give back, we will do it. Wọ́n ní no, we have to do it now, we have to do it now. Now wa tó kó wa lọ sókè àwò, ta lọ ra winners. Ara 500 yẹn nǹkan tó gbé lọ. Even we got some pure beat, everything was wasted. Everything was wasted. We could not pick anything out of the farm. Ṣé gbogbo nǹkan ló máa tẹ̀yàn bá ń gbogbo nǹkan ló máa ń jẹ owó, but kò ṣe gbogbo nǹkan ló fún wa ní owó. Ṣé ti understand? We need to listen
then ẹ má jẹ́ kí then quackery pọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣe fún nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ wọ́n pọ̀ ju àwọn tó máa ṣòótọ́ fún yín lọ. Bí ìwọ̀n tí chairman sọ ẹ béèrè ẹ bí wọn they have been in it they have seen it wọ́n mọ àwọn tó lè fún yín ní the right answers and when you need the request gbogbo wa bàtà ẹ ṣe sà. Attention which was an inaugural lecture of University of Nsukka and they were talking about cardiovascular diseases and the treatment. So I got an idea from that lecture and the idea has been helping very well to the glory of God. The people with these health issues, they've been getting actually treatment. But I have an issue. I've been researching a lot of things, and within my environment, I've been able to get answers to those research. But now that I have a body that I can speak to, just like layers, I have layers at home. I don't sell to people, but just to carry out that research to know the results from it. So like layers now, I deal with natural supplements. So organic supplements, thank you. So when I give it to my layers, they lay big, the egg very okay. So now I want to expand. Like if there's an organization like this that I can just come to, like okay, this and this and this, I have this. So I can now expand what are the things I need to do to improve on this idea that I've got. Thank you very much, sir.
Will be answered. Then other people that have questions, we will allow you to ask your question. But please, let's take this session so that we can now go fully to our piggery and question. But please don't forget that your question will be answered. So that we can give her enough time to.
Please, to be on the safer side, if it's possible for us to put some of the questions down for us at intervals, we'll use this as interlude to answer some of the questions. Now, before I have to stay, I need to introduce the officer that my staff that is in charge of Lagos and Ogun State. It is the person is there. Please come forward, Mr. Adabale Taiwo. Mr. Adabale Taiwo. And his part of husbandry services, I will continue to appreciate him. Fortunately for us, when we were looking for office where my staff would be saying, he has graciously given us a two-room office for us to be using. So in case we have need to want to contact the NIA staff that is covering Ogun State, please, you make your cell number available for people.
My name is Adabale Taiwo. I'm the state officer for Lagos State and Ogun State. So my phone number is 080 3801 3801 8000 0803801 8000. Thank you.
Daddy wa wọ́n ló ní bọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe ẹjọ́ jẹ́ kí n wò àwa mélòó la lè lọ school báyìí ọ̀yá àwa mélòó okay gbogbo wa lè lọ school that's great. Mo wọ́n tún gbọ́ àwọn kan náà wọ́n máa ní kán fọwọ́ kan ẹsẹ̀ wọn toes. Please let's touch our toes. Ẹ bá mi wò èèyàn mélòó lè fọwọ́ kan toes wọn. Ẹ bá mi wò àwọn kan ò lè bẹ̀rẹ̀. You know, this place is like this. Okay, you are welcome. Ẹjọ́ àwọn mélòó la ní poultry? Okay, àwọn mélòó ní pig farmers? Okay. Ibi báyìí, I want somebody to represent poultry. Maybe one person. Pig. What are you? Okay, please. Poultry. Oh, yeah, come on. Are you sure? This group A decide poultry. Oh, yeah, come. Oh yeah, come. The right, we are both. Please, let's have our seats. After a competition, I have 200 million naira. Timofey invest. Convince all of us. We pay poultry. I should bring that 200 million into poultry. Sir, convince all of us that 200 million, I should bring it to P. 2 minutes, sir. 2 minutes, sir. Please, I need a timer. Who is starting first? Throw your back. Who is starting first? Okay, please. Daddy, stop. Only ladies first after men. 2 minutes. Please, I need an unbiased timekeeper. Sir? Sir, what did you say?
I will give you time. I will give you time. Look at normalize things.
Okay.
They are in tune with your. How many years has it been in this business?
No problem. My brothers and sisters, why do we need to produce pigs? For the human population, we need protein. And FAO recommends that at least an individual should take 35 grams of protein per day. So, by this, the primary aim of producing meat, pork meat, is to, pig production is to produce meat. And second one is secondary. That is production of manures and other things. So, for us to have been given 10 million, is it 10 million? 200 million. 2 million. Now, I would rather spend that money in buying winners. I want to do factory program. So when you get your winners, maybe you buy a winner of like say 300 or 500 winners. Then what you need to do is just to get your money to buy feeds. To buy feed. So when you buy this feed, you begin to feed them. You buy you do winner's mash. Then after maybe after 2 months, then you change to growers mash. Then from there, by the time 6 weeks,
your time is up, sir. Thank you. Please give him a round of applause. Okay, team poultry.
Because anybody that cannot buy meat will still go for egg. So the first thing I will first focus is egg production. And anywhere you go to, whether from toddler, adult, or anybody can eat egg. And there's nowhere you go to that you not see egg. You buy egg and you eat egg, and it's very beneficial to the body. So my 2 million will first, I'll focus on, 200 million, I'll focus on egg production, and after that, I will buy more layers. The cage, they old, and I will start giving them from point of lay, okay, I will buy them and I will start giving them injections so that when they start growing, they will supply me eggs. I will be getting money from profits from eggs, and at the same time I will be getting money from sales of from the meat and the chicken.
Please let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much. That there is nothing in livestock that is useless. When she started talking, she started from her market. She said toddlers, children, adults, the aged, everybody eats egg. So she has market already. He also talked about everybody needs to eat meat. Daddy, you did not reach your market too. You did not reach how you are going to make plenty money. She got to where she will make plenty money from her poultry. So the poultry, for me, I'm the judge. I'm the one that is holding the stick. I'm the one that is holding everything. Sir, I'm the one putting down the money. Thank you, sir. So it's in poultry one. So my dear sister, please meet me for your gifts. You have that time. Sir? No, it's not fine. No, it's not a women affair. It's not a women affair. So once again, you have maximize this new ministry. And I'm so happy about all the things we have said. I know quite a number of us here, and it's when I was in Agri, I know that small things that come for the livestock, some of us here have been beneficiaries. But you know, under Agri, it's unfortunate that the focus was not always on livestock. The focus was majorly, and God will help us to do it well. Yes, sir. So I also want to, before I continue, I also want to talk about the power of unity. You see, when the chairman told me that there was going to be a meeting, pig farmers, I believe that not just pig farmers are here, poultry farmers are here, cattle rearers are here, micro, please can we have one house? Even the micro livestock, grass cutter, snail, you know, if we don't have one voice, the experience we had in Agri, maybe not have it. You see, even in crop production, it was not balanced. It was a bit tilted. Anybody that can understand the reading between my lines will understand. It was not balanced. You understand? But for this livestock, we need to own it. And if we are going to own it, we need to be united. How many of us know Noila? You know that breed, that Noila. It was one person that had that vision, and he pushed it, he looked for funds, he funded, and today, Noila is in so many West African countries, not just Nigeria. It is accepted. So there is nothing that we come together to do. In one of the only books, it says when you come together, there is nothing they come together to do that they cannot do once there is unity. So that's one thing I want us livestock farmers to take. We need to be united. When we are united and we speak with one voice, like Chief Dasalu said, when we speak with one voice, we can break through some barriers that tribe and religion have created. When we come with one voice, we can break through. So I want to talk about the Nigerian Livestock Development Strategy. As we know, as I said, this ministry is a new one. It was just created, it was approved by the government of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just last year, June 2024. The Nigerian livestock industry is one of the largest in the whole of Africa, but we are not seeing the largeness. Because if we are seeing the largeness, this compound is not supposed to contain our motto for because I have livestock farmers here. And so the goal of this ministry is to make the Nigerian livestock sector become a major contributor to GDP. Right now it's about 5%, but we want to raise it to minimum of 10% contribution to GDP. And so it has a mandate. The mandate of the ministry is to develop policies and programs needed to transform the livestock sector into a vibrant, sustainable, as well as globally competitive industry, ensuring food security, economic growth, improved livelihood for farmers, and maintenance of social harmony. That's the mandate of the ministry. And the ministry has a vision to build a resilient, sustainable, and inclusive livestock sector that drives economic growth, ensures food security, and improves livelihood. There's nothing we are doing. If our livelihood is not improved, it is still ground zero. So, and the mission, how are we going to achieve it? We want to implement innovative, inclusive, and sustainable policies. You see, this looks like plenty grammar, but what are we saying? The ministry wants to make sure that a livestock farmer can make money from livestock. Did I say it in simple English? A livestock farmer can make money from livestock. Not that a livestock farmer can. Pillars are divided into 3 sections. One, productivity boosting. Livestock value chain development. Livestock value chain. We all know what value chain is. Please, who can tell me from pig? How many? Who can tell me value chain that you can get from pig production? Somebody, please. Value chain from pig production. That is, thank you, sir.
You can just say the live pig.
Sell it kilos.
Again, you can even say disposable piglets.
You can sell the piglets, okay? Who else? Any other? Pig. Somebody is going to sell the pig, okay? Manure. Sir? Blood. So you can see how many people can make money from pig production. So we want to see livestock value chain development, animal health and zoonosis. We've talked a lot about animal health. We need to strengthen animal health. We need to make animal health available. Quality animal health available to all farmers at all levels. Feed and fodder, that's another thing. The feed that we give the animals. There is plan to have improved pasture seedlings. Because, you know, we have, if we say, daddy that has cattle, ṣé àwọn àgbẹ̀ oní crop, are they here? Crop farmers. Are you people friends with, I didn't mention, I'm not mention anything, but we are not friends. Because why? Somebody is carrying your cassava. And if you dare say, what? So, we need to develop feed and fodder. Then water resources management. One of the issues is availability of water, especially during droughts. All these things are what the ministry wants to look at. Then market access and ecosystem, finance and insurance. I know somebody is going to ask me. So before you ask me, let me say, part of it is, how do we get access to finance? If I say what is the problem of a farmer in Nigeria, the first thing, official. Let me tell you. I'm not a government worker. Right now, me share job, please. So I'm a farmer. Yes, I am a farmer. Access to finance, access to insurance. There's statistics and information management. You see, before we get help from any aid, they want to know what is the figure of animals, of cattle, of sheep, of goats that you have in any section. They want to know what are the diseases. How can you prove to us that you have Newcastle in say Ogun State? We can't prove if we don't have data. We can't prove if we don't have statistics. So these are the things that needs to be developed. Livestock extension services. You know, we have, thank God we're not guided. They do a lot of extension services. But extension services is more, they hardly do the animal production part. And you know, when we want livestock extension services, it means more animal scientists are going to get jobs. Because that is part of what they are trained to do. So, we need people that the government will send, private institutions will send to come and teach how to do proper animal management. Then cross-cutting support, infrastructure development and waste management. One of our problems in livestock management is waste. At least now, small, we are turning our waste to money. But there are still a lot of waste that is still wasting. A lot of waste is still wasting. Peace building, security and social cohesion. You know what I mean by security. Let me not use up my mouth to talk. Youth and women empowerment. We always say the women are the weaker vessels. But I've worked with women that are in farming and men. There is a particular woman that she's here with us. She does what she dared to go into the clique of men, where men are body-soaking. She's body-soaking too, exactly. You know? So if I'm told to nominate, I'm telling you now, I was very biased. If I'm told to nominate any women farmer, she's the first person that comes to my brain. This will be one. If any change issue, so there is plan to encourage more women, especially now that the men cannot do it alone again. We need to balance. No more women selling worobo, then normally that worobo is no longer, you understand, it's no longer supporting. It's before that worobo used to support. Worobo cannot support again. Hello, do you have a witness? But if, like that's my sister, there is an animal production center at the back of the house that the woman is managing, it will be a better support system for our daddies that are going for that, the youth too. One of my chiefs there was talking about the youth, that they don't want to come into farming. There was a meeting we went for, and one lady stood up and said, if you want to put picture of farmer, share my picture of a man facing. Ọkùnrin, báwo ọkùnrin yẹn lọ ṣe máa rí? Sá, jaga, we put over focus síbí, over, you know, babe like us. I mean, so the lady was, if you want to advertise farming, put me. If you put me there, some say, hey, if this babe can be a farmer, I can be a, now we are going to use you to do farmer billboard, you know. So to encourage women and youth, let our youth, all this position, let them be interested because they can make money out of it. So there are specific outcomes for each pillar. I won't bore us with that. I will drop the slides with the organizers. But what each pillar, you know, I'm talking about 10 pillars, what we expect those pillars to bring out. But right now, they want to focus, we're focusing on just the four of the pillars. Next slide, please. Okay, so, yeah, in 2025, okay, so now this is off camera, ignore that 2025. I'll tell you the reason. We'll prioritize 4 key pillars. That's animal health and zoonosis control, feed and fodder development, water resources management, statistics and information. Next slide. Reason. When you look at the next slide. Okay, animal health. To make sure that animal health supplies and commodities are available. Biosecurity training, rehabilitation of veterinary clinics and hospitals, disease surveillance, provision of biosecurity materials, control of transboundary animal diseases, availability of pest control chemicals and pest control equipment, then veterinary diagnostic kits. So if we have veterinary diagnostic kits around, it will make our life very easy. Next slide. Also, part of the enhancement of trade in animal and animal products. How many of us, farmers, in our heart of hearts, don't we want to export our products? Our melola fẹ́ exports. You are not interested in exporting. How many of us are interested in exporting? Mommy, you will get there. Because the way our hands shut up, you know, one of the reasons why we can't export, or why we are not exporting the way we are supposed to be doing, is that we have not even met domestic quota. Then we are not doing things the way we're supposed to do. So the one that we even push that it reach front, by the time they test it, they will return it back to us. So if we are able to control all that, we are able to teach how to do this thing, and we have our products that can be certified for exportation, and we will get there. Also, micro livestock health. I was talking about grass cutters, snails, rabbits, and all that. This is the time for them to shine. Because we're just 2 departments in the whole Ministry of Agriculture. The whole Federal Ministry of Agriculture about how many departments? We're just 2. Livestock just have 2. So that 2 thing, we are going to expand. That's all the things that we didn't think of before, that didn't get attention, they are going to start getting attention. So we see a lot of things will actually happen. We will get there. So feed and fodder development promotes and develops certified pasture seeds I was speaking, my staff were talking yesterday, and I said I met somebody from Lagos at a meeting, and he was telling me that he's going to, that he just got land in the Bay area. All he wants to grow is pasture. He already had off-takers. The man will wear a short knicker and be moving. You won't know that it's grass. Somebody will see it's grass that is growing, but you know it is not grass. He that is making the money, he knows it is not grass. So by the time we get development of certified pasture seeds, we can have enough to do to feed our own animals. Engagement of subnational governments for land allocation. That's still in process, and is an area that personally now I really don't like dealing with. But we'll get to the people that will deal with it. Feed budgeting for national head. There will be models of pasture and animal ranching. Promotion of year-round commercial pasture and feed grade crop production. The same way they want to promote all year-round crop farming is the same way that commercial pasture production is going to be promoted. Then alternative feed sources. I know that we're like, when we are talking about alternative feed sources, I know a lot of us are already practicing some. Because our poultry farmers, you will know what maize has used our eyes to see. Abi? But thank God, I hear maize is getting more available. So can we find alternative feed sources? Also, so we need statistics, we need to build capacity of every stakeholder to be able to get the statistics we need. Next time. And yeah, so how do we implement all this? The federal government is the regulator, and they are the ones to ensure that there is equity. Next is the state government. Now, the state government owns majority of the responsibility. Why? Because it's the state that owns the states. The federal government will only make policies. The state government will buy into it and implement it for the state. We also have investors. You are the investors. You are the farmers, the operators, the donors. You are the heart of the system. You are the one now that when the state government makes something available, you want to key into it. And that's why we're talking about unity and oneness. When I was at a time in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture as state coordinator, there was never a time that any intervention came, and I'm looking for Mr. Adelanwa, Mr. No. If I carry my phone, I will say, oh yeah, call panel presidents, call head of pig farmers, call, and when they call them, give us 10 members from your side that you know, give us. So we cannot afford to stand alone if we want to benefit. We're always very angry. Government is not doing anything. Government is not helping farmer. Government is not helping farmer. How many individual farmers does government know? So that's why we need to come together. And because we know ourselves, because we cannot rule out fake political farmers. And therefore, we cannot rule it out. It's a political dispensation. We cannot, except we want to deceive ourselves. But if 100% is coming to open, and out of that 100%, 85% gets to the real farmers. Did we not all of us try? So, but because we know each other, you can say, I had two associations. I had one association that had fractions when I was in Agri. And because we are not political, we are not partisan. Everyone is saying it's me, Abuja recognized. Another one saying it's me, government recognized. Another one saying it's me, state recognized. Don't let's mention the name. You know, plus you federal recognized, you state recognized, all of you come. This is what we have. Oh yeah, bring them, and then give them. Another factor came to fight in my office. One local said, Awata local, we are the ones that have farm. We are the ones that have kinikon. Those people don't have farm.
paper farm. So they could say, they now say something. Doctor, if you want to see all our farms, give us a date, we'll take you there. And for when we have extension services, these are the things we will start to do. Because there will be time that we need to map farm with geo coordinates and put it in a database so that they can come to your farm unannounced. You cannot just come and say, I have farm. If you will have to see the farm. So all these things are in the pipeline. Then all parties will act together to solve this problem that we have. Next slide. Okay, so we are all the players, as I've said. All of us are the players in this system. Next slide. Yes, there are challenges, and these challenges, we all know them. There are challenges. Don't come and ask me that there's no money. There are challenges. We know that investment is inadequate. We know that poor infrastructure. The way, all of us that have Google, you can go to YouTube. You see how a pig farm in Denmark is. They are. In your heart of hearts, you are looking at the pig farm and saying, oh Lord, if only I can do something like this. You now price it and you are going to like 100 million to have it. Poor infrastructure. But we will get there. Outdated production methods. There are some things that we are supposed to have. We are still using broom to sweep manure inside our pen at this age and time. If we are no longer using broom, me like this, I'll come and do. My child will come and do. But I want to run Covenant University. Now say, you understand? Okay? Insecurity, clashes. These are the challenges that are available. So we are trusting that if the ministry is able to implement every item on this pillar, all of us here, we are going to smile. And I know we will smile. So the state collaboration is needed. It's unfortunate the directors are not here. Some of the states in Nigeria, Adamawa, Imo, Niger, they had, before now, they had created their ministries of livestock. After the federal government created Ministry of Livestock, these other states, Bauchi, Benue, Borno, Cross River, Jigawa, Kogi, Plateau, Sokoto, Yobe, they all created Ministry of Livestock. I was hoping our own people too will be here, so that we too, we can create our own Ministry of Livestock, pull out of agri, and focus on livestock. And I know that very soon we are going to get there. So I want to say thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for having us. We will get there, we will get to that promised land. And all of us, we enjoy the fruit of our labor.
In course of his presentation, he was able to mention the area of regulating the livestock. But this regulation, as he has explained, has not so much affected poultry industry. And since we say that poultry society is under NIAS, what effort is NIAS putting up to make sure those in poultry industry are gotten out of the mess being experienced in the society? For example, when it becomes the business of the advocate to be hawking day-old shifts all about, and you feel the effect of this when the disease breaks out, it is going to affect all the poultry industry in that area. So if you are truly the regulating body for livestock, I want you to explain how you can collaborate with the poultry association at least to ameliorate this issue of the advocates hawking DAY1 sheets all about in the town. Thank you.
On the existing protocols, I have two questions, and the first one is for the previous speaker, the mayor's state chairman, and it goes that in all the speeches that we have heard here today, many seem to be bordered on ASF other than animal nutrition. Many pig farmers are faced with how to convert feed conversion ratio of their animals within a shorter period of time. We've seen several videos, several podcasts, and several webinars where people will attain as much as 100 kg within the space of 6 months of their heads. What is the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science doing with regards feed formulas and all that can help the smallholder farmers, knowing fully well that an average starter feed for a piglet will cost you nothing less than 22,000 naira for 25 kg bag, which is unaffordable for some. On the other hand, is through some of these webinars, like myself, I've been able to identify that what some of these Western countries do is, since they stopped using antibiotics, they have been pushing for probiotics. Now, how do we use these probiotics? How can we make it available for the smallholder farmers? The woman from Ibadan made mention of something about gut health and all that. How do we improve the gut health of our farmers? These are some of the things that we as pig farmers need to hear, know and understand. We have not, just like COVID, ASF is here to stay. It has affected them in Europe, it has affected them in China, most of all these developed countries. But in the countries like ours, that we don't really have this contact tracing mechanism on ground. But for the farmers to play safe, how do we go about it? Then for mommy, recently the federal government, through the president, they signed this $2.5 billion this thing with JBS in Brazil, majorly for livestock. Is it restricted to the cattle sector alone, or are we pig farmers also going to be part of this 2.5 billion? Where do we need to position ourselves so that we can be a beneficiary of the forthcoming development? Thank you.
To us. They will give to other commodity and we will just be looking at it. One of the ways to position ourselves is what we want to do now. Please, do we all agree to unite all the association of pig as one? If you agree, let me see your hand. If you are not agree, please, let's see your hand. Who is not agreeing? Let's know. That means we should go ahead. Am I correct? Can we please identify all the groups that are available? Please, can we identify all the groups? Somebody that knows the group. Please, can you just, Mama, please, can you help me be writing this as we are displaying it? Can we identify groups that are available? Now we need one government to deal with us. Now, for coordination, can we divide the state into 6 zones? I'm coming, sir. It's a suggestion. We cannot say we want to have 20 local governments now, as we are here, because we may not have all the 20 local governments represented here. Can we have 6 zones? Let me give an example of poultry. For poultry farmers, we have 6 zones. Should be a zone. Am I correct? Remo should be a zone. I'm coming like this. Mowe should be a zone. Chemoshinda, Eba should be a zone. Ota should be a zone. And Yewa should be a zone. If we do it that way, we will be able to cover the whole state. It's only that we are going to rearrange the local government that will come under each of these zones. You know, in Ogun State, we have 20 local governments. So if we are able to pick zones, then we can pick this local government under these zones. Then, with what is happening presently, we want to carry everybody along. We know there are existing commodities names. If we want to say all the commodity zones should be covered, we will not leave this place today. Can we neutralize our mind and come under that six zones? What we just need is just only one representative, or maximum 2 representatives from each zone. Then we will give them the assignment to go ahead and do the work for us and register the association and come up with the constitution of the association, and all this will be submitted at the ministry. Then from there we can begin to collapse every other platform and have one voice. Have I spoken well, or do we have a different opinion? Please. Yes, sir. Let's hear your opinion, sir.
In the house, I greet you all. I'm Shemuel by name. I'm privileged to work around Akute, Lambo, Asan. In the process of having one name for pig farmers in Ogun State, and for the sake of clarity, I'd like to ask, I think the players are here. Players in Okearo Pig Farm. That place is Ogun State, but it's as if Lagos State has influence administering that place. Where do they fall under?
I think they are more in Lagos than Ogun State. They are in Ogun State, but they do more with Lagos than Ogun State. But if they want to come to Ogun State, we allow them to come to Ogun State.
Thank you, sir.
But it was Lagos that relocated them to that place.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I represent the new council of the chairman. I'd like to mention something like registration. Like in our own case, we have been CAC certified for about 10 years now. So I've received the data certificate after this. That is an association. We want a group that will be using to deal with governments. Because if you come up with that, government will not listen to you. We just want to have direct dealing with government. It's for the benefit of everybody. So,
the essence of coming under one name does not stop our individual associations. For instance, Guduba Pig Farmers Association is an association under Ogun Pig Farmers. So when they want to talk to the government, they come under Ogun Pig Farmers. Your CAC registration for your area associations will still stay, but all of us will come under one body. We will not be doing the multiplicity that we are doing before as individuals, so that we can actually be able to harness what we have. We can speak with one voice. We can discuss with one agenda. If we go along the former pattern, it will not work. I'm just telling Prof that we will start it here, but we can't conclude it today. So that all those big associations will have to collapse into Ogun Pig Farmers Forum. Thank you. So, Baba, association yìí dúró, CAC certificate yìí, ó wá sábẹ́ Ogun. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are very good. Let's say thank you, sir, for what you have done for us. So when we are going, please remember to collect your own before you go.
With the literature, So that doesn't mean that we are asking what is happening for you. And if you want to buy any pigs, and the pigs are much in number, you must know that at least you must be able to detect either the pigs are okay or not. And that is the essence why we have them over here. And that is if you call them, they can give 3 or 4 samples for you to be able to safeguard your investment. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you all.
Please just let us.
When don't collect your fees.
Let's begin from seat by seat. Let's just go seat by seat. This seat first. Well, only people just remain seated as it been distributed.
If you are not the farmer,
please don't collect it. Please. Can farmer please identify yourself? Okay.
My brother who is not here. You are giving me more.
Thank you, sir.
Give the literature hand. Let the literature and give it to her.
But once you are ready to use it, just one open. Or if you are not ready to use it, have an expiry date? Yes.
He's giving the literature.
Yeah.
Second day of the Asan 2025 Asan Week program. Tomorrow there will be at this same hall, there will be an award, corporate and individual people. There will be exhibition, there will be product launch, there will be many other things. There will be many side attractions for farmers. We implore you that you come as you are coming today. As you are blessed today, there are other things that are coming tomorrow too. The award is there, the exhibition is there, the product launch will ask the investors to bring their product and to bring souvenirs. Farmers, they will enjoy and they will enjoy tomorrow. We want to beg because of the inadequate of the refreshment. There will be adequate refreshment tomorrow. As the chairman of the local organizing committee, I want to call my PRO to come and say the vote of thanks. Thank you and very much.
I've been part of today's program. We say thank you on behalf of my chairman, Dr. Bukoya, and my NOC chairman, Mr. Olayita. So say thank you for coming. So today is the day 1. So the program continues tomorrow. So we are waiting to see you tomorrow again. So thank you very much. We wish everyone back to your various destinations safely. So to tomorrow. So thank you. Once again, so we are having group photographs now. So we want everybody to join us here for the group photograph. Thank you. Adenibario.